My brain is so fried. But the driver lesson went pretty good. He told me that we're gonna be able to probably, or that I'm gonna be able to do my exam earlier. Because he was like, you know what? You're doing pretty good. You can probably do the first test in, when was it? I don't know. Well, anyway, he's gonna do it earlier than the date I got before, which was in like a few months. Because reservation dates are like, it's fully packed, you know, the whole website. If you want to book an exam, it's, there's a lot of spots already taken like that. But it went pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. I don't think I've ever gone through like such a long period of stress before. Not just today, but just driving a car in general. But yeah, I think he remembered from last time that I I think it was kind of noticeable how mad I got at myself for making a few mistakes. Uh, because today he kept being like, no, it's all right, it's all right. And we tried backwards parking in, with two cars, like parking in between two cars. And the first time went all right. Second time I was a little too close to the curb. And then the other time I was like, okay, so I got to be a little more to the side of the road, and then it was a little too much to the side of the road, and he just kept being like, no, it's okay, you'll just practice. So I was like, yeah. I'll try to tell myself that as well. But yeah, it's good news that he told me that I can do the exam earlier than he planned before, because he was like, yeah, you're fine, we just got to do a few last things, and then that's about it. It's a pretty relieving thought, that I can almost do everything. Because in my head I was like, oh, we still got to do the highway. I mean, I still have to do that, so who knows what kind of experience that's gonna be. But yeah, it's pretty good, and it feels nice to just feels good. Yeah, also feels good to document this shit. Just, well, not document it, but just say it out loud. Like, it went good, dude. You can do it. So yeah, gonna have salad now, and I'm not gonna do shit for the rest of the day except cook at 5:30. So that's in 2 hours and 15 minutes. I'm just gonna watch some shit and whatever. Because, I don't know, brain fried. High dosage of fried brain. Cool. Anything else interesting? Oh yeah, so to make today's video, I should do that first before I forget. Yeah, that's about it. Okay, love you! Jesus Christ, I just went for a little ride on my bike, and I saw a woman laying on the bike path, and so I thought, like, oh, she fell, let me help her up. But then she was screaming for help and shit, so I think this is the, what do you call that? Adrenaline rush? Slowly fading away. Okay, let me try again. So I was for a little ride on my bike, and I saw a woman laying on the bike path in the distance, so I thought, oh shit, I gotta help her up. But as I got closer, I heard her screaming for help, and so well, I wanted to help her up, but I saw she was bleeding a lot from the side of her head. And so I asked what happened, and her Dutch was not very understandable. I don't know what language she normally speaks, but At first I thought she said gevallen, which is like I fell. But she said overvallen, which is like someone tried to steal, someone tried to rob me, and she said my bag. But she, with one leg, she was still under her bike, and I wanted to help her by, moving the bike away from her, but she seemed to be in a lot of pain in her head, and her knee seemed a little fucked. So I was like, I'll just let you lay there, and I was like, uh, what hurts the most? And she said her head and her leg. So I immediately called, I was going to say 911, but here's 112, which I don't think I've ever done before. Funny enough, just this Sunday when I was at my dad for dinner, he was like, yeah, I called 911 for the first time in my life this week. And now the next day, yeah, that was yesterday. What the fuck? And now the next day, I had to do it as well. But yeah, I called 911. And it's like, get your shit together. I called, and all I heard was... And I was like, what the fuck? Hello? 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 And I was trying to decipher what the woman was saying, and it took me a little bit before I was like, what? Dude, what the fuck? I said, I can't hear shit. And I hung up. And I called again, and then finally I heard someone, hello, this is the thing, what do you need? And I was like, yeah, it's a woman, and Jesus Christ. So I called for an ambulance and police. And it took about like 15 minutes before they came. And in the meantime, I was just standing there like, what the fuck do I do now, dude? I asked them, like, should I help her up? And they were like, no, you gotta let her lay like there, and which is what I assumed I should do anyway, because she was bleeding from her head, and she seemed very confused, and yeah. So I waited there, and more people started, surrounding the place, of course, because people just walk and bike there. Yeah. But they said she was gonna be fine. They only needed like 2 ambulance staff to just kind of help her up, and um, they told me she was gonna be fine, so that's good. It's like they were super chill and everything, and I after like 5 minutes of them helping her and asking and shit, I was like, can I know, like, can you let me know if she's gonna be okay? Can I give you my number? Or I mean, I had to write down my number and show my ID anyway, but I was like, can you guys let me know if she's okay after a while or something? And they were like, oh no, she's gonna be okay. Otherwise, they would be in a rush and everything. I was like, oh yeah, wait, that makes sense. So thank God, but that scared the shit out of me. Like, not really seeing someone laying there, but when I tried to help her up, I saw all the blood on the ground, on her hand, on her face and shit. So, Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah. Like, there were 2 people that helped her as well, and, talked to me. They came with the bike and shit, and, but then some other guy, he was walking his dog. He stopped by and he said like, oh, what's going on? And I explained what I heard from the woman. And he said like, oh yeah, it happens very often here. And, I don't let my woman go outside. And I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. Really? And I asked the police officer, I said like, yeah, this other guy said it happens a lot here. And he's like, yeah, it does happen a lot here. And I looked very shocked at him like, what do you mean, yeah, it happens often? I was like, what the fuck, dude? And he was like, well, no, not often, but, this place is... I was like, okay, well, do something about it, man. What the fuck? Yeah. So that was a new experience. Oh, yeah. And then, it was really funny. Well, I mean, besides all the rest. Now, you got this dude with a fucking balaclava around his in his hand, and a fucking bomber jacket with skulls on it, and an illegal dirt bike on the side of the road. And I was like, yeah, what the fuck do I do now? Dude, there's like 3 police cars and a motorbike, and um, so I was like, oh, I'll just park my bike, in the dark a little bit for a while, see if they go away maybe shortly. So I waited around a little bit. I also asked the woman for how long she had been laying there, because in all the rush I couldn't even didn't come up in my mind to ask her that. But she said she had already been laying there for a while, and she was screaming for help the whole time, which I heard, and I was like, what the fuck? So yeah, damn. Oh yeah, but then I was shitting my pants because I noticed this police guy on his motorcycle. He was really looking at me while I was going towards my bike, and also this other police officer that was like writing down stuff before. He was looking at my dirt bike like, hmm, hmm, hmm. uh, so what I ended up doing was just I just grabbed my bike and I just started walking away. Like I made sure I asked like, can I do anything else, or should I just go now? And they're like, no, it's just gonna be fine, so you can just go now. We'll call you if we have any questions. And I was like, I hope that my whole image doesn't, work not in my favor. Who knows? I was like, shit, dude, what if they think it's me? What if so we got this weird bald skinhead dude on a motorcycle with this balaclava around his arm, and he said someone else robbed her. Nah, I don't know. It's just a weird thought, probably. But yeah, I just started walking and walking, and whoo. Anyway, yeah. Normally, I would go slowly towards chilling and kind of getting in my sleepy mindset. But yeah, I'm wide awake, and I'm just now feeling like the adrenaline slowly going away. Yeah. Damn. Now I know what that's like. Like an adrenaline rush. I've never had it this much because I was just like super calm. I was like, what happened? Are you okay? Do you need help? Let me call a thing. Hello, this is me. You gotta go come now. Here. Blah, 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 blah. And also my first instinct was like, where did they come from? I'm gonna go chase them. But I was like, I should probably stay here and help you if you need that. But yeah. Dude, it fucking... Get your shit together, police. There's old women fucking being knocked out off their bike and shit. Jesus Christ, dude. It's fucking horrible. I felt so bad for her as well. Shit. Well, yeah. This is really weird. I thought I was just gonna go for a little ride. And also I was like, should I bring my camera? And I was like, nah, I was just gonna go for a boring little ride, and the footage is never that interesting anyway, really. Not that I would wanna, be like, oh my god, look at this footage! But damn. It does make me think a little bit, because I always kind of assumed that girls kind of over exaggerate when they're like, I don't want to go bike in the park alone at night. And I'm like, I always go for a little run and walk and whatever. And I've never seen anything happen. But maybe I should take that a little more serious now. I mean, I do take it seriously, but I was always like, well, I mean, sure, but isn't it just like, oh, I heard na or something? But no, apparently not. Even this, like I said, the guy that was walking his dog, he said like it happens often. I'll let my woman walk outside at this time in the park. Damn, it's fucked, dude. Shit. I remember like a few years ago, one of my ex-coworkers she went to work on her longboard, and she had to go home. And the fastest way was like through through the park right next to a skate park. And she asked me if I could, guide her home, like almost to her home. And I was like, well, I mean, if someone really wants to hurt you or rob you or whatever, what the fuck am I gonna do? But I was like, oh yeah, sure. Because even she was like, yeah, you get like, what's it called, catcalled and stuff like that. And I was like, I mean, well, back then, I know most people from the skate park, but like, who the fuck does that? But there seem to be very different people at nighttime. Like even when I was just riding home right now, maybe I just don't really pay attention to that. But because I was a little, I was a little like, and I noticed there's a lot of shady people hanging around and shit in the park. Maybe I just never paid attention. Yeah, it really does make me think. Well, that's that. I think I'm gonna play a video game for a little bit to just distract myself a little bit. And probably take a warm shower and then go sleep. It's almost bedtime, but it's whatever. Damn. Yeah, okay. I'll stop recording. Yeah. Sleep well as well.